Hi guys, I wanted to do a quick live talking about the newest products from Flexiness. We're going to talk about the stacking bars. So we've got the two light purple and pink. I am doing a pre-order right now, and so I'm getting a lot of questions on these products. So I just wanted to quickly go over them. There is actually another video available where I unpacked these. If you can't find it on Facebook, because I know sometimes Facebook things get out of order, it is on my YouTube page. So it's the Total Canine YouTube page. You should be able to search and find it, and it is a public free video, the unpacking of these stacking bars. So I'm doing a pre-order to get these and more products from Flexiness. The pre-order is going to go until June 30th. So basically on July 1st, I'm placing the order. So if your order has not gotten to me by the end of day, June 30th, Pacific time, you won't get on the order. There is no guarantee that I'm going to actually order more than what is pre-ordered. There's a chance that might happen, but I would not depend on it. So get your order in now if you want these. So I've had a lot of questions about these stacking bars because they are a new product and because most people haven't seen them in the US. They've only, I think, been given to a few people to try out. So it's understandable that there's lots of questions. So the first question I get is there a difference between the two? Like, is it just the color that makes the difference? And the answer is no. There is actually a difference in material between these two products. Obviously, both colors are beautiful, and if you're like me, you want them all. But there is a suggested use for each color. So the pink color is suggested to use for either small dogs or advanced fitness dogs. The light purple color, which I would call lavender, but on the website it's called light purple. This is for big dogs or beginner dogs. So it's a little more stable, which is what makes it easier. And I really do think when you have both of them, you can feel a difference in the two pieces. So there is truly a difference between them. The other thing I've been asked is, are they solid or are they inflatable? And they do really look like like solid bricks when you're looking at them, but they are actually inflatable. So there's a little place to be able to pump it up. Now, obviously, if you put more air into it, it's going to have a more rounded surface, which is going to make it more difficult. So that's kind of the point of inflatables, is that by changing the amount of air in them, you can change the difficulty level. So yes, they are inflatable. The size, so that's another question. As you can see, this is the size. So about as long as me, and a couple inches high. I'd say like 2 inches high. I have been using them with my dogs. So, I range from having a 30-pound Aussie to a 50-ish pound Border Collie. And there's no problems with this size for them. And then given that, I've also used them in my clinic with smaller dogs, a 17-pound miniature poodle. So definitely good for all sizes. But again, if you have bigger dogs, you might want to choose the light purple. If you have smaller dogs, then you might want to choose the pink. Now, another key feature of the stacking bar is the side with the knobblies. So we have seen these knobblies on lots of fitness equipment, and usually we talk about it, putting paws on it, giving sensation to the paws. So basically using it knobbly side up. You can definitely do that with the stacking bars. That, I would say, that's going to make it, again, the difficulty level go up a little bit. The nice thing about these knobblies is that they're actually made to connect to a SensiMat. Now, it's not going to be this like perfect, oh, you connect it in and it's never going to move. It's just an additional feature to help keep it stable and keep it from moving around. So the two patterns of SensiMats it works with are the wave pattern, which I have here, and then the straight pattern, which is just straight knobblies. So you can see, I'm going to try and do this sideways so you can kind of see how the knobblies stick out. And then when you put a stacking bar on top of it, you can get them to fit in between. And then it helps if I put forward, backward pressure, it helps keep it in place. But like I said, it's not like suctioned in. It can move, but it just helps provide a little bit more stability when you use the SensiMat. So for some dogs who aren't as long, you can use one SensiMat, have it lock one in the front, one in the back. For bigger dogs, you're probably going to need two SensiMats to have the proper posture. So that's how they work. Let me know if you have questions about them. I think I've answered all the questions that I've seen come across the Facebook page about them. Remember, they're for practicing posture perfection. I love that the motto is on there. Obviously, those of you that follow the Total Canine know that I'm all about posture. And so I'm super excited to have these tools to better help dogs understand good posture and get stronger at good posture. So yeah, super, super happy with these. So actually, as I just pick them up, the light purple one it's actually heavier, physically heavier than the pink one. So let me know if you have questions while I'm waiting to see if anyone pops in with questions. I am going to pop up hopefully the link of where you can go to order them. Like I said, I'm super excited that these are going to be available. Oh my gosh, what did that just do? So I go to quickly find the link and that didn't work at all. So let's see. We've got, good. Got a couple people who I know have experience with them. So Barbara says, I have the stacking bars and my Rottweiler bitch is 35 kilos. So for those of you in the States, that's probably getting close to about 80 pounds. She loves to work with this device in both colors. I have seen her videos and she does great with them. She's super, super awesome. And Christian, who's also had experience using these, and he has Shibas, says they're amazing, recommend to everyone, use them for basics. Yeah, you can use them as, I talked about using them for posture, but I mean, they're targets. So yeah, you can use them for perfecting your paws up, your paws down, and then doing exercises, combination exercises. So pivoting into posture, sit to stands with the paws up, down to stands across them. I bet that's a really difficult exercise to use these for. So they're not just limited limited to posture only. I think there's a lot of variety that can be done with these pieces of equipment. And I think honestly, just the little bit I've played around with them with my own dogs, I definitely see a level of difficulty that I haven't seen with other pieces of equipment. So I'm really excited about them. So I'm going to post the link. And a reminder that the pre-order is until June 30th. And I'll put a year just in case, 2022. And hopefully the link, let me see if I can get rid of this one. Unfortunately, the space didn't come across. So there is a link in there. It won't let me edit it. So, oh, no. I will fix that. Pre-order until June 30th, 2022. Now that link should work. Okay. Wow, it likes to put this in a lot. So, oh, I see. I can't. Okay. Let me know. That's all I really had planned to answer questions about what people have asked on the posts about ordering. So I guess I'll talk a little bit about how the pre-order is going to work. So you are going to order through my website. If for some reason you go to the website and it says the item is sold out, click on it anyway. If it still will not let you get the product, that means you've either missed the pre-sale, so it's past June 30th, or your browser has saved an old, like an old version of the website. If that's the case, so if you're like, it's not past June 30th yet and this isn't working, either clear your browser history or try using an incognito tab and it should work. If it still doesn't work, contact me, send me a message. I'll see if I can figure it out. For this order only, I am doing shipping to the USA and Canada. So this order only, I do not typically ship anything except the pink paw disc to Canada, but for this one, I'm going to. Any other questions you guys have about the bar stackers right now? Or I love to call them bar stackers. That is not their name. This Flexiness stacking bars. Otherwise, I will sign off for today. You can still, if you're watching this video in replay, either on Facebook or YouTube, you can definitely still ask me questions in the comments. And I will get back to them. So we've got a question from Janice. She says, I'm considering the stacking bars. What is the advantage over other things? So I think the advantage is, so there's many advantages. One, you always have to think about the shape of the product and how that affects the dog's, like basically leg. So rounded products, we're going to get a little bit more rotation and changes at the paw level. I like flat surface equipment, so I would consider the stacking bar flat surface. So I think that provides for a more natural paw shape. Other things like that are the twin disc and the paw disc also have more of a flat working surface. The difference also is that the size. So because it's a smaller object, you're going to get more precise understanding and placement of the limbs than on a bigger piece like the twin disc, for example, or the paw disc. The other thing I would say with it is based on how your presentation of it to the dog, you're either going to have forward backward instability or side to side instability. So if you have a small dog, you can also use them as such that, you could do it with a large dog. You just need 4 instead of 2, but where you have the left side on one and the right side on the other, and then you're going to have side to side instability. So that's something as well. So it's a lot of the equipment you can do the same movements on. I think the equipment changes the difficulty level. Mostly that's the advantages of having different equipment. For these, I think they're a great foundation piece. Like, I see myself using these to teach beginners to have a little bit more precise placement of their targets. So like front paw target, rear paw target, side targets. I also see these as really great for testing my advanced dogs, and do they really understand what appropriate posture is, and can they do movements while maintaining that posture? So that's what I see the benefit with them. I wouldn't necessarily say like these are better than something. I think all pieces of equipment have their advantages and disadvantages. The other thing I like about these, which I think is an advantage, is the fact that you can use them with the SensiMat to help keep them in place. So if you have a dog that maybe doesn't fully understand how to move their body onto equipment without knocking the equipment over or moving it around, I think this can be beneficial for them. Would I just need one for my Papillon? There is the potential. Now, if you only used one, you would have to use it lengthwise, so you'd only get side to side movement. My concern is the width. And I know your Papillons are small, but I'm just not sure if they're small enough to totally stand on this. I know I have seen it used, probably the smallest dog I've seen it used with are the Bostons, and we still use 2 with those, one for front and one for rear. But you could probably do some stuff. It depends how narrow the dog is, if they would fit on just one. But good question. Good. Christian might have an answer. Janice, if you do shows with your dogs, it's great equipment to do show stack and strengthening its body at the same time. Yeah, definitely. What I found is that, the clients that I have that do conformation really enjoy using these to help perfect their show stack. So that's definitely a great advantage with them. It's also something, like I said, I basically call it posture, and those of you that have worked with me know, like, the number one exercise I give everyone is posture practice. And typically I tell you to do that with platforms. These, I think you could use instead of going out and finding platforms or having platforms made. And the nice thing is, because of their size, you can be a lot more precise. Whereas platforms tend to be, they don't come necessarily in a whole lot of sizes. And so you might get it might be a little harder to get the precision that we want. So, okay. I think that pretty much covers everything, but I think a few people have jumped on in the last few minutes. So I'm going to hold out for a couple more minutes to see if there's any more questions. Reminder, you can order these through the website. So I've put the links on my Facebook page, Instagram. Now it's in these YouTube comments. You can also go directly to my website, thetotalcanine.com, click on Flexiness products, and all the products that come up are the ones available for this pre-order. Now, there are a few things that I still have in stock. So if you order those, you will get them before you get the things that are not in stock. So just be aware of that. I have the pink PODIS in stock and the pink mini stackers in stock. So if you order those, you'll get them before the pre-order goes out. Okay, so Julie asked, can you restate which SensiMats work with the stacking bars? Yes, it is the wave pattern or the straight pattern. The only one that doesn't work is the diamond pattern. And I wish I had, I don't have the diamond pattern in here with me, but when you look at when you see a picture of the diamond pattern, it will be obvious why it wouldn't work. The diamond pattern it's like pyramids, triangles, so it's not going to interlock with the knobblies. Barbara says, often a little more width in the chest, so standing on 2 stacking bars is certainly preferable to a Papillon. Yeah, I think the dog would have to be pretty small to fit on just one of these. I do think there are some dogs out there that it might be possible, but Janice, I just can't remember. I think your dogs would be on the edge. Like, I feel like they're a little bit bigger. So Jan asks, is there a difference in the colors on the platforms as far as stiffness? So I do think the purple one I would consider it more stiff. It's heavier. And so there's like a thickness to it that I think it's going to be like, if I try and rotate it, that's like as much as it'll rotate at all. Versus the pink one is definitely lighter. And I mean, it's not a lot, but you can maybe, I don't know if you can see, like it's got a little bit more flexibility to it. But it's, oh, there we go. Now, let's see. You can kind of see that. So I would say the light purple is more stiff for sure. And then Janice had another question, which I need you to elaborate on this. Would equipment help with drive? My 9-month-old lacks drive. I'm not going to say necessarily equipment is going to help with drive. I think what might help with drive is clarity in your training. I think sometimes dogs kind of withdraw or they're more cautious if they're not totally clear on what they're supposed to do. And so that might affect drive. But I don't think the equipment itself is going to affect drive. So, and Caroline just wanted to say hello. Hi, Caroline. So, hopefully, I know, let's see. I think I've caught all them. We talked about the SensiMat. So it's the wave or the straight. And yeah, the covers everything. Oh, we got another one from Christine. Hi, Christine. So, there we go. Which stacking bar would you recommend for 43-pound BZ? Is 21.5 inches of whether he has experience on conditioned exercise, or is it okay to get one of each and use both at the same time? Yeah, this is a really hard question. I obviously have one of each, so I use them both at the same time, and my dogs are all doing fine with using both at the same time. And I have between, like I said, 30-pound Aussie, 50-plus Border Collie, and I'm not having any trouble using both colors at the same time. So I think that's fine to use both colors at the same time. It's hard to necessarily give a recommendation because I do think experienced bigger dogs can use the pink one. But I also, not knowing exactly what the experience level is, I don't want to say, oh, definitely your dog can use the pink ones, and then it's a bit too hard. It's something that I think if you got the pink ones, you just may have to spend a little bit more time training them to appropriately step on them and find the balance. And it just might be like a little slightly more difficult than the light purple ones. I would definitely, for a large beginner dog, definitely would go with the light purple. And then, otherwise, I think you could probably throw the pink one in there for other like small dogs or, increased experience. Okay, let's see. Gina says on his side movement, he just doesn't kick out with his back feet. So I think, again, I'm not exactly sure what you're describing, but it could help with that for sure. Like doing pivots into it, working on like kickback stands to the target. Those are the two things that come to mind with what you say, but I'm not. Yes, you can use this equipment. I still don't think it's necessarily the equipment that's going to affect drive. I think it's going to be more the dog's understanding of what you want them to do. Okay, for show stacking, would it be start with purple and then move to pink? I think it depends on like your dog's experience. And actually, since you have small dogs in the Papillons, the pink would be the most appropriate because that one is for small dogs or advanced dogs. So I think you could probably start with pink. Bigger dogs and real newbies to fitness should start with the light purple. So, and like I said, I'd say my dogs are all fairly experienced, although I don't do a lot of like paw stacking exercises with them, but they can all handle using both together. The less experienced ones definitely showed more trouble at being able to hold them in balance. So that's where potentially like I can see the benefit of having both the light purple for less experienced dogs. Christian recommends one of each and liking to switch them. So yeah, I talk about that. I've had programs like before these were around where I'd say, okay, they can do it on both stable. Okay, the next step is to put the front on unstable, but the rear on stable. Once they have that, then we'll switch it. You could do the same with these of like, put the easier one on the back to start. Once they get that, flip it around. So now the harder one's on the back. And then if you're like, okay, now this is easy, then you order one more of the harder color. So there's lots of variety that you can play around with. Like I said, I don't think there's nothing wrong with using one of each color. You can definitely do that as well. But just understand, like the big picture is the light purple one is going to be a bit easier than the pink one. So if you think your dog knows their stuff and is really good at fitness, go for it. Get the pinks. And just know you might find out, oh, maybe I do need light purple to help them out. If you are a professional, if you are doing fitness training, if you are doing canine rehabilitation, sports medicine, I would recommend you get 2 of each color, because you're probably going to find some of your patients need the easier ones and some of your patients are ready for the more advanced ones. So Janice, the difficulty is like what the material. So the purple one is heavier, so it's going to move around less. It's also a bit stiffer. And the pink one is lighter and has more flexibility to it. So it's going to be more mobile. So, but that's also where, if you've got a heavier dog and you're using the lighter one, it's going to be easier for them to move it around if they don't place their paws just right on it. Okay. Last call for questions. I think I've hit all of them, but I'm going to scroll through and see if there's any I might have missed. If I did miss you, maybe just pop it in the comments again. Remember that you can purchase these now. The pre-order is live through June 30th. This is for the US and Canada only. If you are anywhere else, please contact Flexiness about how you can get some. Otherwise, I am going to sign off for today, and maybe in the next couple days I will post some videos using the stacking bars with my dogs. I know Christian has posted a lot of videos, and so has Barbara. If you want to see something right now, go to the Flexiness Facebook page. There are videos on there of the stacking bars being used by multiple different dogs. So you'll get an idea kind of what they're doing. It looks like we got one more question. Let's see. Tracy, real quick. I'm late, but what would you recommend for a dog that is 15 pounds with good body awareness? Definitely the pink ones. So small dog and experienced. I think probably the pink one is appropriate for you, Tracy. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for showing up with no notice. But just wanted to let you guys know a little bit about them, because I'm getting a lot of questions, and now that they're available, you can order them through the pre-order link that's in the comments here, or you can just go directly to the website, totalcanine.com, click on Flexiness. All the products that are available in the pre-order are there. You can also, there's a Facebook post in the Total Canine Facebook page and on my Instagram. If you go to the link in the bio, that will take you to the pre-order. So any place, just remember the last day to pre-order is June 30th. If you come to me July 1st with an order, it's too late. And I'm not guaranteeing that I'm going to order any extra of these products. I most likely will just order what people have already ordered. So get your order in before June 30th. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Barbara. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.